Que pasa, familia de dinero? I am your host, Champion El Dinero. Make sure to hit that like button if you're a returning viewer. Helps out the channel. Subscribe to become a champion investor today. And welcome back to another Holo video. I know, man, every video is a Holo video. We're going to start diversifying it and definitely looking into some stocks that a lot of people are missing out on because they're so stuck on Holo. And I say, hey, you know, you might have a Holo mind, right? You're not dumb, but like you might have a Holo mind. You might be like, hey man, I'm really deep into Holo. Do you think that things will look? The more we focus on something, the more we're trying to force something to happen, is the more things that can get messed up. So let's go ahead and have a Holo, we're going to have a Holo game plan. Everybody watching, we're going to break it down. And one comment that we're going to really capitalize on is somebody that commented yesterday on the video, is Holo a scam? You know, and I went into it. If you missed that video, check it out. But we're going to be talking about Christian Manzelli. I'm sorry if I messed it up. But the comments say you got to not react on your emotions. The whole market is down right now. And then period. Do you not see any benefit of reversal split? So I'm gonna shout out about 2 or 3 comments every video that I mentioned. But let's break this down, and then we'll get into the main juicy thing here in the Holo plan. So you got to not react out of your emotions. The whole market is down right now. 100% true. Everything was down. The video was down. Everything was in the red. It was bleeding, other than a few stocks, right? But here was my problem. I saw something that you might not have seen, which bled into today. Let's look at today. Everything's going back up. Not as much for Nvidia, but let's go ahead and review this. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if we look at this, we have FFIE that spiked up from $3.54 to $6.28, so an 83% return on your money. 83% return on your money. So you're doing really good if you bought it at that. Fantastic. Mullen. Even though Mullen has been straggling along, it's up 13%. If you got it at its peak, it went up to 18%. So 25 cents. That's great. That's fantastic. All right. So if you want to play this squeeze game, that's going to work. Nvidia, if you bought it yesterday at a low price of 104, today is 106, so you made about a $2 return. Palantir still down. It did go up a little bit, but it's still kind of playing around. Chewy's up. Everything is so the point is everything has went volatile at some point today. Except for Holo. Why the heck are we going down? Like no volatility at all. We have 30 million in volume. And let me tell you, why is it 30 million in volume? Well, it is a penny stock, so it's a lot easier to get that amount of volume. But still, 30 million in volume, no volatility. And we are struggling to get now above 35 cents. It's just going down, down, down. Just a week ago, September 3rd, we were at 42 cents. And we were staying at 42 cents. Somehow we just dipped. I don't understand that. And then August 22nd, we were at 69 cents, around the 80 mark prior to open. What the heck is going on? So the comment, Christian, hopefully I said that name right, was, am I in my emotions? No, I saw something different. Now it could go back up tomorrow, it could go back up on Friday, but I knew something was wrong and we're not going in the right direction. That is why I made that video. That is why I looked at the stock, I saw the pattern, I saw how things are going, and I knew today was not going to be a good day, and I was 100% right. Now it could get better tomorrow. I think that it should improve. But unfortunately, we're not in the buying area. The buying area is like 33 cents. Right now, people don't want to buy it at 30. Strangely, they don't want to buy it at 34 cents. They want to buy it at 33. I don't know. So what we keep on doing is we're bouncing like a pebble, and we're not truly getting the big bounce that we need, right? I don't know why. Something is seriously bad, manipulated, shorting for it not to even get to $1. We should be at $1 by now. That's the reality of it. Okay, so that's that comment. Let's go ahead and break down a few other comments that I got on this video. A lot of them were positive. Oh, and the other part is a reverse split. Do you not think that is positive? Reverse splits are never positive, regardless of a supposed pump. We're looking at this stock to get above $1. If you're somebody that bought it in the 30, 28 cents, 40, and 30 area, or 28, 30, 40 area, you don't want it to just reverse split. A reverse split is never good, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why exactly. Just give me some time. All right, so I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Zane, I'm not going to try to say the other part of your name. I'm stuck really bad in the stock with an average of $1.80. Is there any hope that I will ever get my money back before and after RS? Reverse split. $1.80, that's tough. That's tough. Now, in order for us to get $1 to $2, which I would say is the best probable situation, we would need news. We would need the company to finally say, or a different company to say that they're partnering or working with them. At this point, retail reinforcement is tired. Twitter X is showing that they're tired of Holo. A lot of sentiment is we're tired of Holo playing these games. We're not seeing a substantial win. Like, there is a large retail reinforcements, but for some reason there's big institutions countering all the work of these of retail investors. So great, okay. So will you see your $1.80? Will you see it before RS? I'm gonna say, on my side, the things that you should look out for is news, and I'm not a crystal ball, nor am I a financial advisor. News, then it could perpetuate where you can collect your money back or gain just about 20 cents more to $2. But right now, like, we're just struggling to get above 70 cents, 80 cents. Like, the shorters are shorting. We would have to see a short squeeze, and you would have to have like a rally, and Roy and Kitty ain't coming back. For right now, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough. So look out for news. That's your catalyst, is news. Then you can see your money back, and I would not keep it in there if you've been waiting a while. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we got, let's see, Angle Lad, I think. I certainly feel your pain. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat waiting on it. Good luck to us all. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that comment. Last one. Scully. Every stock is a scam, bro. And I commented back, in a sense, but once you learn the scam, you can make money. The stock market is not for you to get rich. It's for the rich to get rich. And once you get rich, you're able to play that game. Other than that, you're playing a game in order to catch up to what hoping that you are along for the ride. But here's a Holo game plan. So we had Christian mention, do I not see a reverse split good? No, it's never good. A reverse split is never, ever, ever good. Only in rare circumstances does it make sense. And unfortunately, Holo's circumstance is the fact that we don't have a real product that we're watching. Let me explain something to you. Applied DNA Sciences is a stock that I try to put everybody on. Only a very few amount of people actually watched. And, you know, Applied DNA Sciences has had great news come out. I don't think that a lot of big-time institutional buyers are actually watching it, but it's had great news. They literally, Applied DNA selected by LRQA for isotopic testing pilot project in Pakistan. So they're they're moving, they're doing great things. We're seeing news, and it's news that is readily available. MicroCloud holograms, we're seeing a lot of news from non-reputable sources. No press release, and we're seeing a 6K filing. Reverse stock split can only mean They primarily focus in the 15 documents that I read. Their primary focus is this reverse stock split. It is not to pump up the stock, to use the money they got and double it. They're not. It's not looking. It's a probability, but that's not their proposal that they really hampered on within that document. So that's the biggest problem with MicroCloud holograms, is that we're not getting anything from a company. Nothing. No earnings, which is due in October 23rd. So hopefully they don't push that back even more, which I think that's against the law. But they pushed it back once. They're pushing it. They could probably push it back again. So we're looking at hopefully October being the best month. But honestly, I looked at September. The very first two looked to be aligned of what should have happened. There's a convention that's happening next week. We could finally get the pop that we need. But again, like I said, the first 2 weeks, then I know, hey, whatever happens after, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna let it sit. I'm done. Reverse stock split. This is what can happen. So FFIE did the reverse stock split. It tanked. And if you look at a lot of these other reverse stock split, it tanks a little bit, dips a little bit. So you're losing money. Then it went up to $100, and then it went up to $60, right? So it's getting smaller and smaller. Here's my problem. So let's just say you're somebody that has 1,000 shares. 1,000 current shares at like maybe 28 cents. So what those thousands of shares could have went up to $100. Just say that's a lot. That's 100 grand. You just made 100 grand minus the cost of you getting into it. So if they consolidate, let's see, 1,000 shares divided by 20 turns into 50. Hopefully my math is right. And it goes up to $100. Great, you did great. You only get $500. I mean, excuse me, $5,000. You see how bad that is? Now, you made money, but you made nowhere as much money as you should have had it went to $1. So my thing is Holo doesn't want it to go to $1. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's sad. It doesn't. Because you would make a lot more money had we just stayed without a reversal. Without a reversal, you would make a lot more money. Stand to make a whole lot more money. So for you to, in order to make $100,000 with the reverse split, you would have to gather a lot of shares. And this is the thing, those conversion notes, they're not buying the stock at 14 cents, 15 cents, 28 cents. They're buying it at 0.0001. So when it converts and it pumps, they'll be walking away with amazing profit. So the investors get into it, the retail investors get screwed, because the potential amount of money that you were supposed to get is a lot less than what you're actually given. So that was the whole game plan. The whole game plan was to get you in, buy it with the supposed thought that, man, I'm gonna make $1 million, when really you're only gonna be walking away with maybe $100,000. That's crazy, isn't it? You probably set up a plan in your mind. So as a retail investor, the Holo plan is this. You can hope and wait the week before that you take your profits, or the week before the reverse split, but I would say about 2 weeks before. Maybe even the week before the 27th, the meeting, or even after the meeting. There's a lot of things. I would say stay away from reverse split time, because it's proven to show that it tanks, right? Especially with the investors, it's crazy. Anyway, but it tanks. Okay, great. My thing is, you could go about it 3 ways. Number one, you can hold throughout the whole entire time. Wait until the pump, take as much money as you can, and walk away. That's number one. You're going to be losing money, potential money. That's your choice. Or you don't get any money at all, you just lose it all. That's number one. Number two, you can withdraw your money. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not something that you should do. I'm just saying certain things that I might be doing. You can take all your money out while it's up. Maybe it's above $1. If so, you don't even have to remove it. Let's just say it's at 89 cents. You might withdraw it if you have a low average cost. You can remove your money, wait until a reverse split, buy it at the dip, let it ride on up, and that's the best predicament for you. You might not make as much money as you thought, but you're making money nevertheless. Number three is that you leave it there, they don't do a reverse split, it pumps up and you make all that money. Now that to me, that's a dream. That's a dream. Honestly, for me to analyze it, I thought that, we would pump up, but again, that was a short squeeze that caused it to pump up without a reverse split. So the anomaly was August. It was an anomaly because the only things that make sense in the pattern, and I don't like to base things off of history, but in the pattern, if I look at the pattern, it always happened January, and then once in September, and then the only one that did it again was in January or February again. So it did January, February, and then January, February, or February. So if we don't count the August one, which was a squeeze, that's what we need. If you want to repeat history, it would be a squeeze. Unfortunately, we're not seeing that. A short squeeze. So we'll be seeing a reverse stock split. Prepare for that. And what we can see from Holo is that if you're somebody that has Holo at a high amount, like $1.80 for example, over the years or over the time, you should have brought your dollar cost average down. Because mine started at $1.11. I brought it substantially down. I would have done that by now, but if you haven't, I just wait until near stock split time, see how low it can go, or if there's a pop. But I would have just waited by now. This is a very complex situation that we're placed in, because we want to get the benefit as a retail investor, and knowing that these institutional investors are going to get the better of it, right? So it is possible that next week they release information that finally shows that, hey, this company is actually doing something. We will have to wait until next week. That's why I say this first 2 weeks of September, I'm giving grace. After that, I'm just gonna start putting into the Holo plan. I'm gonna put in my Holo game plan. Start expecting other stocks that are doing better than Holo. I gotta say, you would have been sitting pretty. Let's just say that you decided to put in your money to APDN. You would have at least got a 200% return. Yep, 200% return. No, actually, you know what's crazy? If you bought it when I did, August 13th. No, excuse me, not August 13th. I bought it at 87 cents, something around there. You would have been sitting fantastic. Because you would have had a 411% return. There's other stocks out there, and we're going to be talking about it. But Holo right now, the game plan is those three things. You can move that way. This is not me giving you advice. This is something that I might be doing. But right now, we can see it play. I just think it's going to keep playing. Excuse me. And you can ride it on up and ride it on down. But to me, is this stock is so right now every day has a different pattern. This morning the pattern for Holo was up down up down up down up down every like few I would say on a minute, every minute, or around, not every minute, but every 10 minutes or something like that, would go up down up down up down. Today it's going, it did that, and then it went down significantly, just dropped all the way from 37 to freaking 35. So I mean, just for it to go 11% down on a market that everything is up, it's just kind of crazy. So You know, Faraday, it would have been a better option had you bought a bunch to, you know, days prior. Mullen, if you bought, you know, you would have been sitting pretty. A lot of this stuff, you get in low as possible, you would have came out on the better side. But unfortunately, Holo, it's just, I don't know. We would have to have a person that is just sick and tired of the games and they're willing to pump this up to short squeeze. We would have to have a really big presence and push it all at once. Hold, and you know, I would have to be Roaring Kitty at that point, which I'm not. I'm Champion El Dinero, and I'm happy to be that. But that's my Holo game plan, and some retorts to a lot of comments, and also shouting out some comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a longer video, but I definitely wanted to put this out. We're going to be talking about multiple different ones like FFIE. It's very interesting. We're going to be talking about APDN, which is fantastic, 400% return. So, you know, I'm going to wait until it gets to a certain price point and probably more than likely start buying it before it goes up because, you know, it's already got great news. I think it just needs to catch on. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch all the view champs in the next one. Adios.